Hey Deckers, it's easy to say that we've spent a lot of time in Baldur's Gate 3 on the Steam Deck, and this game just keeps getting better every move you make. We've been working really hard on our best settings, but these really are our best settings so far. This game does still need some updates, and it desperately needs FSR2 to really get a better performance jump out of the Steam Deck. However, what we've been looking at is getting you the best experience in 90% of the situations. Unfortunately, there are some situations where it still dips below where we would like. As you can see here, some of the cutscenes, it just randomly dips down into the 20 frames per second somewhat. But for the most part, we can get between 30 and 40 frames per second with the least amount of blur. Now, I am in no way a fan of FSR 1.0. It brings in too much blur. But you can put in the FSR 1 ultra quality if you can bear the graininess for a bit more stable 30 to 40 frames per second. But with these settings, you can actually keep FSR off, so you get just about as clear as image as you're going to be getting, and still get between 30 and 40 frames per second. Unfortunately, the battery sticks up at the 26-27 watt range in pretty much all situations, regardless of a 30 or 40 frames per second cap. It's going to be around an hour and a half to hour and 3/4 playtime at best under all situations, so you are going to want some power nearby. When we're out and about, it does dip again under the 40 range and will stick around the 30 a lot more often. So I will recommend that if you want a most stable experience, then you want to cap this at 30 frames per second on the deck itself. Don't use the VSync on Baldur's Gate. It doesn't play very well with the frame cap on the Steam Deck. But if you want to eke out a little bit more smoothness here and there, and you can match the hertz on the Steam Deck, but it doesn't really do a lot, as I said before, so just keeping the frame cap in game is best. But you are still going to get those dips in some of the situations, especially in heavily populated areas and cities, but they are temporary dips, so as long as you don't mind occasional stutter here and there, then it really does work out quite well. So our best settings at the moment is to go with the low preset, cap it at 30 or 40 frames per second in game with VSync disabled, set the model quality to medium, texture quality to medium, and the texture filtering to 4 times AA, anti-aliasing on TAA, and leave everything else off. These will get you the best playthrough that you can get. It is also worth noting that we are running the cryo utilities changes, and we also have our UMA buffer at 4 gig. If you don't know about these, then check out our free performance video in the description below. But for the most part, this has been extremely stable for us, and we have been able to enjoy it with the least amount of blurriness, just having to deal with those dips here and there. If you have found better settings with the FSR modes, and you can read the text and it's not so blurry on their faces, then feel free to let us know in the comments below, and we'll revisit it at a later date. We're really hoping that FSR2 hits this soon so we can get much better performance out of this overall. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.
Back to worrying about road rations it is. Well, that's not a bad problem to...